Welcome to Insectech's Ethical Hacking course videos, module Penetration Testing. In this video, we'll look at the initial steps of process and methodology. First of all, we'll look at planning and preparation step. That is the very first step in process and methodology. In this planning and preparation step, first of all, a kickoff meeting will be conducted to understand the scope and objectives, that is to discuss the scope and objectives of the penetration test. And whenever a penetration test is being conducted, there must be a clear objective for the penetration test to be conducted. So to discuss the scope and objective kind of things, they conduct a kickoff meeting, and to discuss the timings and duration. This is to ensure during the test normal operations of the organization should not be disturbed. So tests may need to be run at a particular times of day. And one more major thing to remember is informing the staff before a penetration test so that they can monitor the deviations. And one last one is legal documents. This is because a complete penetration test involves conducting illegal activities on target systems. So prior to any penetration test, legal documents protecting the penetration testers and their company must be signed. This is a very important and not to be missed out step to be taken before conducting any penetration test on any organization. This is because no pen testers would like to be sued as a result of doing their job. So before starting with the penetration testing, they have to take legal documents signed by the organization. And this is a very sample confidentiality agreement. This is non-disclosure agreement where the company has to sign. Now the second step in process and methodology is information gathering and analysis. After doing the necessary planning and preparation with the organization, the next step is to gather as much as information as possible about the targeted systems or networks. There are hell a lot of tools and online resources available for us to do this information gathering. Here are some examples of how we can gather information. One is whois.domaintools.com and another one is archive.org, and Nmap is a tool. Let's have a quick demonstration of how we can use these tools in gathering information about the targets. Let us say we want to gather information about insectechs.com using whois.domaintools.com. First of all, just type whois.domaintools.com and enter the target domain name here and click lookup. Now it is showing the whois record, the registrant service provider, the registrant's name. See the domain name insectechs.com. The registration date is 27 Jan 2012 and it's going to be expired on 2014 27th. And registrant's contact details, we have Insectechs Mr. Kiran Tirukovela and he lives in Hyderabad. Name servers, we are able to see a lot of information using this whois, and we can even see the site profile. We can even see the registration details briefly, and this is very important tab, server status. You can see the type of server they are using. This is Apache 2.2.23 and this is the IP address on which their site is hosted, and this is the IP location, and this is the domain status, registered and it is active website. And this is how we can gather some information about the target using whois.domaintools.com. Now let us look at archive.org. Let us assume that we are actually assessing the security of a website, and the website is already updated, and we want to gather some information that was there on the website before updated. So in this kind of cases we have archive.org. For example, let us say this is how Microsoft website is looking like right now. Now I want to see how this website was looking like in 2000, in the year 2000. So I'm just going back to Wayback Machine, http microsoft.com, and just click take me back. It is showing all the available snapshots for Microsoft, and I want to see how it was in 2000, and I have a snapshot available in February 29th. So I just clicked it. Awesome. Now this is how Microsoft.com was looking like in the year 2000. This is how we can use archive.org, and it may contain some sensitive information for the attacker or penetration tester. This is how we can use archive.org to gather the past information. Let me quickly go back to my presentation. We are already done with the demos of domaintools.com and archive.org, and let's quickly have a simple demonstration with Nmap. Nmap is a very good tool. It is a scanner. It's a network scanner actually. We can scan the ports, we can scan for the open ports, we can even scan for the type of operating system the target is using. It's a very useful tool to conduct a network survey. We can scan large networks. We could also use Nmap to determine what type of operating systems are running on a network, as well as the type of firewalls or packet filters, and the list goes on. This is a tool that every penetration tester should have. I have just fired up my Backtrack machine and I'm going to launch Nmap. If you don't know how to use it, just go for help with this Nmap, and I'm just going to use a very simple command with Nmap. I'm going to perform a simple scan on 192.168.56.103, which is Windows XP. You can see the IP address of it, 56.103. I'm just going back to my BT Backtrack machine. I'm just showing a simple scanning with Nmap tool right now. If you want to have a detailed understanding of how Nmap works, please go through the chapter scanning. Now I'm just pressing enter. It is actually performing a stealth scan on the IP address 192.168.56.103, and it is showing host is up, and these are the ports that are opened. And now I am going to find out the operating system type. I want to find out the type of operating system that is being used with this specific IP address 192.168.56.103. It is scanning, it is sending packets to the target, and OS details Microsoft Windows XP Service Pack 2 or Service Pack 3 or Windows Server 2003, and it is guessing the type of operating system based on the responses it is getting. Now this is how we can perform operating system detection. This is how we can enumerate the type of operating system the target is using. Let's quickly go back to our presentation. We have seen the demonstrations of how we can gather the possible information about the targets before actually finding out the vulnerabilities on the target. So that's all for this video. Thank you.